What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the D&D podcast. This is Derek. I'm Dave. Today we're going to be talking about whether or not you should choose a side in politics or anything at all in life. So we'll start out, Derek. What do you think? Should you pick a side?
Yes, you gotta always pick a side, on your politics and every decision that you're taking that will lead you to become the person that you want. Why is important picking a side? Because there's always a moment in life that's there's gonna be wrong and good, and what we're living right now at the present moment is wrong, at least in economically way. We all can feel like everything is more expensive. um, the same products that you used to buy 3 years ago, you're paying now the double for it.
Yeah.
So at the end of the road, you everybody have to ask themselves a question: what I choose? Somebody that talk nice and fill our minds with just dreams and ponytails, or somebody that will bring results
Right.
for our benefit, for our daily life. you
For real.
know so it doesn't matter what Instagram say, doesn't matter what TikTok say. You should, do your own research and pick the side that will benefit you more, and know why it looks popular at the moment.
Agreed, man. I think and you bring up a great point, but in the sense where we have to look at what's best for ourselves. Um, I think it should be looked at what's best for humanity and what's best for the country overall too. It's
Correct.
not, I may be in a financial position where I'm extremely biased to choose one side, or maybe a financial position where I was incentivized to choose strongly for one side, making it really
Yeah.
seem like the right decision for myself, but never stepping away from my morals or my ethics. I'd like to do what's best for humanity as a whole. And a lot of times, when you look at even the global economy, the economic system that's in place right now, in order for there to be wealth, there has to exist a void of wealth.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that can definitely be worked on politically. And that's something that's never brought up in the political system.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, nowadays they mixing too much politics. The politics should be all about the country,
Mm-hmm.
and they're mixing that with just like hot topics
Yep.
that is going on society.
Yeah.
Like, all the change of sex or things should never be as a priority on the well-being of a country
Right.
when 350 million people are eating.
Yeah.
This is the home of 350
Yeah.
million people.
Well said, man.
So if I'm like, the leader of that house, of that
Mm-hmm.
household, my main priority is make sure that everybody's eating,
Right.
before uh, trying to figure it out how they should be feeling every day.
Yeah, man. It's like being a father of a household and your family doesn't have food on the table, but you go out and put a new big screen TV on your credit card. What are we
Exactly.
talking about here?
Correct.
You have to be a leader.
Correct.
You have to step up. You have to make decisions on a massive scale.
Correct.
And so far, at least with what we have presently in office, that's just not being done.
No, no, no. And that being said, it really doesn't matter if it's like, from the red party or the blue party. It doesn't
Mhm.
matter which one it is. I you should never choose just like, I'm this party,
Yes.
I'm liberal or I'm Republican, and I'm unable to switch my ideas, or have an open mind, because there will be times, that there will be a better leader that may be liberal, or maybe there's other times that a Republican is a better leader. The important thing is choose somebody that will bring positive result, that knows
Yes.
how to manage the economy, that will create a better life for all of us. That should be the main point of choosing a party
Yeah.
of election.
Choose a leader.
Choose a
We're
leader.
not we're not
Correct.
looking for one team or the other. We're not talking about gender. We're not talking about race, which are very important topics, and
It
those
is.
things 1,000% matter. But what do they have to do with choosing the leader of this country? I want to choose someone who's going to lead us to victory,
Correct.
someone who's going to erase our problems, erase our debts. I don't
Correct.
care if that's a male, female,
Doesn't matter.
black, white, Hispanic, Asian, whoever's going to get the job done, that's who I want to see in place. And that has nothing to do with me picking one side or the other.
And so at the end, about all discussion is being able to choose a side, and that's the main thing. You always gotta choose a side in life. You cannot believe that we live in a world that everything is love and peace and everything's gonna be perfect, because it's not. You as a leader, if even if you're a woman, a little boy, or an adult, whatever, you gotta choose sides, big decisions in your life that will lead you the person that you need to be.
Yeah, man.
No, if not, you we get lost.
It's true.
We get lost. We don't even know like where we going, where we heading, like what is our purpose.
Yeah.
We just follow what Instagram says,
Yeah, man.
and you became a sheep.
You get stuck in an echo chamber. You really a lot of good friends and good peers that you can surround yourself with are people who are constantly challenging you.
Yeah,
You say something. Imagine every time you said, "Hey, Dave, here's how it is," and I said, "Oh my God, you're right, Derek."
that's it.
Every
Yeah,
time, yes, Derek, you're so right. You're so right. And I never argued you. You wouldn't want to hang out with me anymore. I'm not going to
no,
make you better in any way.
that is
You want people who challenge. Hold up, man. Did you really do that?
correct.
I don't think you handled that well at all. You should really
like
check
like like
yourself.
like the vaccine, like why everybody was so willing to put something in your system that wasn't even enough check, like usually it takes like 5 years 6 years to get approved by the FDA and everything. This was like from one week to another one, everybody should have inside their system. It's even weird,
It was a rush process.
a rush process, most definitely. So
And why do we make these decisions? It's because we're influenced. We're easily influenced.
correct.
And that's something we need to focus on. You look at the side of we were just talking earlier about science versus religion.
Yeah.
Why does it have to be science versus religion? A lot of times it has to do with your peers. Maybe you have a lot of peers. Oh, I'm an atheist. That religion, like those are a bunch of Jesus freaks. We don't
Yeah.
need to listen to them. And then on the other side of it is those antichrist, devil worshiping science people. It's like, come on, let's meet somewhere in the middle.
Correct.
We're both religious people, and I very much so believe in the art of science. I can't thank the scientific community enough for proving what many of God's creations are. Breaking down the science of it all. Meet somewhere in between. Hear both sides of the story. Why do you feel this way?
I would say, like, I feel like if you understand the meaning of what is God, God is everything, part of us, everything that is living, that has a life. Yeah, the trees, the water has a life. The every human being, every animal, he's part of it. We all part of him.
Right.
So, and we all are composed by chemicals, factors, composition of the human body, everything. So that for many years it was understandable for the majority of the people, but through science we have start understanding how perfect the creation of God it is.
Yeah.
So science is used only here to explain how beautiful God designs.
Beautifully said. A beautiful divine explanation.
Yeah,
Is what science is.
Yeah, a beautiful divine explanation. That is what it is. So if I will have to choose, how we talking, like you gotta choose in political parties. We already agree that just in the sake of your even well-being, because even use if you're actually trying to seek an agenda, or like I gotta be on this side no matter what. But if you like trying to seek the best for yourself and your family, most definitely you gotta choose a side.
You gotta choose a leader.
You gotta choose a leader. It doesn't matter how it looks.
They're on.
And talking about a little bit of religion, it is good to mention, like, if what about, like, if you have to choose to believe or not believe in nothing at all, that you think that we come to this world, we live, we die, and that was it. There's nothing after. Well, if you will have to choose any of those two sides, which
Yeah.
one you will choose?
Well, I would accept the not knowing.
Then
I think I'm very comfortable with admitting I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I like to believe, based off of kind of taking a deep dive into my spirituality, I do believe there's an afterlife. I
Correct.
think I think the show goes on. I think the soul lives on. Really, there's no doubt in my mind. But I will admit, I don't know because I haven't experienced it.
Yeah.
So I can't argue with somebody who says that does not happen.
Yeah.
My faith tells me it does.
Correct.
It does happen. But I'm not going to argue with someone and say you're wrong. I want you to tell me why and how you know that it doesn't happen. I'm curious.
Uh, then I feel like, with all these situations in life, there are so many stories that people see how things move, or they see unexplainable things happening in front of them, appearance
Mm,
of angels or things that people have seen, connection, the about like they feel like that family answer them,
yeah,
that
yeah.
happens too frequently, man. And I feel like yes, most definitely there is something after death. I don't think that for so many years human beings gonna create this crazy story just because of it.
Right.
If it wouldn't be some truth behind it, it would have died long time ago.
It's true.
Um, the same as Jesus, like something must definitely happen
No question.
2000 to 23 years ago.
Yeah.
Somebody was important,
And
somebody.
why would so many billions continue on with the lie?
No,
If it ain't?
nobody had last
No.
in the name of Israel. Nobody had last
Yeah.
as long as that guy
Right.
in history. Nobody like
No.
there has been, trust me, amazing people.
Well, he's a
Before-
real figure.
Correct.
Just like Plato,
Correct.
Aristotle, these
Yeah.
ancient figures that we see, the pharaohs of Egypt.
Correct.
All these people existed. There's record of it.
But I even feel like even Plato and these people, even with maybe like 1,000 year more, they will die. There will not be longer books that still talk about them. But I feel like Jesus is like in a whole different situation, and he is like for he maybe the only thing that is actually past thousands and years and thousands of years, and still people will talk about him. And in order to that happen, or something really did happen during that time that he was alive, or a huge organization got involved and say like, hey, let's just all agree about this and let's create this story.
Right.
Something that is for me as a human being to so many people agree to it.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible.
Well, to wrap it up, to accept the not knowing and to accept both sides of every story, and at the end of the day, we don't know everything.
Yeah, we never gonna know everything. That is part of being a human being.
Yeah, but be along for the adventure, and I personally love learning and enjoying figuring out the world's history every day.
I will say, just to wrap it off as well, never be afraid to choose a side. Feel whatever it feels right to you. You say like, what, this, even though that this is not what I did last year, this is what it feels right now, and even if it's different, go ahead and feel proud about the side that you choose, but go on and do it, because everybody deserves to have a clear mind, knowing this is what I choose for my life and for my future. And about religion, I will say like, if you have to choose a side, choose to believe. You don't have nothing to lose, and if it wasn't real, didn't lose nothing. But if it was real, then you choose the wrong side.
You got a lot to gain.
A lot to gain.
Very little to lose, nothing to lose, and a lot to gain.
Correct. That's the beauty.
Agreed, man. I couldn't have said it better. Also, if you've picked a side in something in life and you start growing older and growing wiser, and you realize maybe the side you picked isn't the right side, don't be afraid to hear a little bit from the other side. Keep an open mind and everything in life.
Man.
Thanks for watching as always. We appreciate y'all. Much love.
Thanks.